And when you find out who put this hustle together, you might, think a little bit like, wow, I'm an African. That's convenient. You know what I'm saying? It's real convenient how they make us Africans. So we're gonna dig into that right now. You know what I'm saying? Again, I appreciate everybody. I don't want to make this uncomfortable, but sometimes just the truth itself can be a tad bit uncomfortable, man. Because this is an operation here. It's an operation. This ain't just one or two people. This is an operation. You know, and of course, I'm gonna tell you all these people was Indians off the top. That's what I'm gonna say. Ain't nobody proving that these people's Africans. Even the documentation and the stuff I'm about to bring out right now, ain't none of these people say they Africans. So we're gonna have to show me where the African is, and I would like to see that because, please, I would like to see that because ain't no Africans stepping up in this thing right here. We're gonna see though. So we want to start off with this point right here because this is important. This is an important piece right here. Hold on. All right. Pulled out the little iPad today. So 1817, nearly 3,000 African American men met in Bethel AME Church in Philadelphia and denounced the American Colonization Society's plan to resettle free blacks in West Africa, period. So, 1817, 3,000 African-American men, Philadelphia denounced the American Colonization Society's plan. This gathering was the first black mass protest meeting in the United States. So, wow. Dig that. The first mass protest meeting in the United States wasn't for slavery. Nah, it wasn't for none of that reparations. It was because they're not Africans and they're not going back to Africa. Do you dig that? Do you dig that? 3,000 people, 3,000 men in Philadelphia came together to tell them we not going back to Africa and we not Africans. That's 1817. They've been pushing it. Who was they? Let's get into this a little further. Because see, nobody wants to really deal with the issue that somebody's pushing it. That somebody wants you to be African. Somebody wants you to be African. This is important. This is important. So we already know. Let's get into this. All right. So what they're going to tell you on history is they're going to tell you that a guy named Paul Cuffey went to Sierra Leone. He was a merchant. He owned a ship's company, whatever. He was going back and forth to Africa, back and forth, doing trades and stuff. And he wanted to have a homeland for Africans, for black folks in America. They called them free blacks at the time. That's what he wanted. That was his idea, right? So this guy, Paul Cuffey, I'm sure everybody heard the name. He goes and talks to the British and gets permission with the British to open up, to bring blacks to Sierra Leone. Now, 1800s, the British outlawed their slavery. They already done lost the Revolutionary War or whatever, right? Okay, cool. We'll play that game. They just lost the 1812 war. We'll play that game, right? So now they got Sierra Leone, and they supposed to be a colony for free blacks and blacks that they recaptured. This is what they call it, right? Sierra Leone. So no Africans at this time, of course. You got a colony of free blacks and on a land where they're supposed to be catching people and kidnapping people and enslaving people, though, right? But it's a whole colony of free blacks. We're going to get into that another topic, though. So now Paul Cuffey comes back to the United States. He comes back to the United States, and guess what he does? So he just left the British. Now, what I gave you before, that was some color. Now we're going to get to the books now. I'm going to the books now. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you take an idea like this? Oh, no. One more thing. What's the name of this group? Because, see, the name of the group is important. So the American Colonization Society, but that's not what it's called, though. That's not what it's called. Because they not, see, nobody mentioned Africans yet, though. They sending you to Africa, but they ain't call you African yet. Their thing is called, here we go, right here. Watch this. Their thing is called the American Society for Colonizing Free People of Color of the United States. That's what they call their thing. Now, when they get the black people involved, then they call it the American Colonization Society. But see, they talking about free people of color. Total difference. You know what I'm saying here? So now, let's get into that, though, because they got a colonization society for people of color, copper color, all of that. We know what this is. Ain't nobody talking about Africans. And they of America. Of America. It's okay. But let's go. Let's dig into these books now. So now we're going to get into the Encyclopedia of African American History, right? Because we want to know where the word African American came from, how we become African American. So hopefully they're going to tell us, right? They should know. So where did they get the money to do this little thing? This dude supposedly come from Britain with an idea. But in January 1819, at the request of the organization, Congress allotted $100,000 to facilitate removal and pay the salary of a colonial agent in Africa. You dig that? So now you just started a group for nothing, out of nowhere, and now you get $100,000 from the government. You dig that? You see what I'm saying? You're a traitor. You done went and met with the British, who's supposed to be the enemy, and then you come back and they give you $100,000. Stop it. Come on now. Stop it. But that's not even the end of the hook, though. Because here's the reality of it, though. This is what they want. This is what modern historians want. They got you down to the number, okay? They got you down to the number. They got you down to the dollar. They estimate it will cost Congress only $120,000 annually to remove every newborn or recently emancipated slave over the course of 2 to 3 decades. The white population would continue to grow while the proportion of blacks in the national population will plummet, marginalizing unfree labor in the process. The ACS defenders observed that a government that could force Native Americans to move west into Oklahoma was perfectly capable of compelling free blacks to move to West Africa. You dig that? That's the trick. That's what this is. So you become an African financed by the government, and now as an African, you get to go and become a colonizer. All that stuff you talking about is garbage. All that black nationalist stuff is a colonizer stuff. How did they get that land? What they do is how they get that land in Liberia. This is what they did. Let me show you how they got it, by gunpoint. Let me show you how they almost killed them people in Africa. Yeah, you know, look at this. Right here, gunpoint. You see that? They're not playing. They're not playing with that. They got the U.S. Navy to come and assist them and taking. You know what I'm saying? Get the U.S. Navy, just like you do here. They get the U.S. Navy. Come on, and help you take their land. Eli Ayers later purchased. Sorry, my finger out the way. Where we are though. Eli Ayers is most gunpoint, less than $300. See that? You see that? They ain't telling you that the U.S. Navy, current the colonel, that they turning you into colonizers. They're not the first. No, they're not the first. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. They got the name. Watch this. Look at this. This is what they get you to do. See his face, that mulatto Indian right there? Look at that. He African? Okay. Look at that. Okay. Play this game if you want. Play this game if you want. An additional expert, because see, the first people that they sent 30-something people there. Let's go back. I just showed you 3,000 people came to Philadelphia and they all protested. They sent 30-something people there. Okay, they're going to say it's 86, but no, it's really 36. 86 voluntary colonists and 3 missionaries led the Episcopal Church Samuel Beacon, arrived in Sierra Leone, a temporary settlement arranged by Paul Cazell, a partner of late Paul Cuffey. So they almost starved. The crops fell, no water, and they couldn't get land. So what happened? In 1821, an additional expedition finally resulted in a land purchase from a local African chief, King Peter, at the gunpoint of Lieutenant Robert Stockton of the American Navy. This is what they want you to be. Y'all colonizers. You're African colonizer. Go ahead. The niggas, nobody's from there. Nobody wants to be there. But look at this guy. He wants to be there. He's your colonizer. See how they switched that? See how they switched that? Now we the colonizers. That quick. At gunpoint. At gunpoint. They don't tell you that in history. With the U.S. Navy. They make you think people were up in there loving them. Ain't nobody with that. Because the Philadelphia ain't the first. The first public opinion expressed came in January when a large congregation of free blacks in Richmond, Virginia announced that although they would consider a homeland colonization along the Missouri, the Liberian colonization plan seemed tantamount to exile. In a what? In a what? A foreign country. These is African. No, a foreign country. No, these is Guinea men. A foreign country. What? I better wake up, man. I better wake up. You better wake up. Nobody talking about no Africans. Ain't no Africans around here. When people say that's a foreign land, it's tantamount to exile in a foreign land. Come on. I'm gonna talk about some Africans. It took them, that's 1817, and it took them to 1988 or something, 82 or 3 or something to come up with African American. Nobody was going for that. Come on, man. Stop this. Look at this. Look at this. Look what they want you to do. Removal laws. This is prominent with this whole little movement. Prominent with the prominent presence of Virginia charter members. You see that? Virginia, like, this is what they doing. George Washington's family, Bushrod, dog. James Monroe, the president. Come on, dog. They telling you African. People at the time like, no, we not. 200 years later, you can't tell a brother the truth. Now come on, man. Come on, man. Stop. You gotta stop, man. Got to stop, man. George Washington and his family is playing a game. This is a game. It's all a game. How did George Washington get his stripes? How did he become How did he become a general? He was just a major, right? Everybody's a major sometime. Nobody knows what he did. What he did was he went through Ohio and killed them Indians. He wanted to, now part of Ohio is Virginia and part of Pennsylvania, part of, these other states. But that was a free territory. It was Ohio Indians up in there minding their business. But no, George Washington, even before the French and Indian War, George Washington went up in there and was trying to claim that land for Virginia. You dig what I'm saying? Starting wars, with the French, getting smashed around. He was getting smacked around. His brother got all the money, and that's his brother's son, Bushrod. Bushrod Washington is the son of the finance brother. So this is a land grab. This is a coup. They trying to get you off your land. They know you colored people. They know you colored people of America. That's what they calling you, the copper colored people of America. But they trying to remove you in black and white. It's in a book. They know who you are. They know who you are. That's what George. Come on, man. And this is all it's as simple. It's so simple that they don't want it to be true. You gonna tell me 3,000 people? How many people is free in 1817? How many of them is men? And 3,000 of them showed up. What's the percentage? That 10%? That a tiny percent. If you're going more than 10%, because that's 10%, that's 30,000 people in the town that's free blacks, and 10% showed up. So we gonna drill it down. Ain't nobody going for that, bro. Come on, man. 30,000 people, 3,000 people showed up. They all men. How many women they representing? Kids and children they representing. These men, older people that couldn't show up. Yo, make sure you let them know I'm not with that. I ain't African. Tantamount to exile in a foreign territory. But you gotta fight your brothers and sisters. Yo, man, it's a trick. It's a trick. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. Y'all don't see it? Come on, stop it. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, these people play the same trick all the time. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game, man. That's it, man. Like, they don't have no proof that anybody's here from Africa. None whatsoever. Copper colored people of America. Colonization. But you an African and you a colonizer. See what I'm saying? And that's what we want to do. Who was the people that put this together now? Who was these black leaders that set this up? Richard Allen, James Fortin, Paul Cuffey, Absalom Jones. Who are these people? Prince Hall. Who are these people? These are your first Africans on a planet. These are your first Africans not on a planet. Might as well be, right? First ones to step and proud, but the first ones in America. Trace all their history. Name them all. African Methodist Episcopal, right? The African Lodge, Masonic Lodge, right? Track them all, right? That's all your Africans. They are branches of Africa. Everything else comes from them. You got your Masons and you got your preachers, and they all controlled by George Washington. Let's go back to George Washington now. Good old Virginia boy. Now, where's Washington, D.C. at? People are going to say, oh, well, Washington, D.C. is in between Virginia and Maryland, and it's on private land. It's owned by the Catholic Church. So now you're Catholic now. What's Catholic? Catholic is an extension of, quote unquote, the Roman Catholicism, that conquerors of Africa, Africanus. You're African now. From Virginia. With these Virginia cats that's in charge of it. Prominent Virginia charter members. You dig what I'm saying? This is a trick. This is this is way more than I'm even willing to care about. Personally. But it ain't real. Ain't no part of it's real. Ain't a damn part of it real. None of it. You gotta stop it. You gotta get your head out your booty hole. You know what I'm saying? You know? And pay attention, man. This is a trick. It's all a loop. It's all a loop, bro. It's all a loop. They're not serious. They okay, cool. They're not from Africa this year. Maybe they'll be from Africa next year. Then they're gonna keep pushing. They've been pushing this since 1872. All these African Masonic tribes. What's nobody know Africans before that, man? Except these Masons and these preachers. And this... Stop, man. They're gonna take the land and give us the Bible. Who said that? Man, I wish they could see it now. They done took the land and gave us the Bible, and they gave us these no good colonizing ass preachers that's willing to take us to Africa. How everybody from Africa, Africa colonized the world, but America. Oh yeah, we the first in Asia. We the first in Europe. We the first in the moon, but we ain't been to America. No sub boss. Yeah, we believe you. Come on, man. Come on, man. They've been everywhere but America? Yeah. We're from Africa. Come on, man. We got to stop, bro. We got to stop, man. Like this is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man. Man, like I just can't understand it. Like I just can't understand it, you know? Give me some proof. Show me a slave ship. Show me a slave ship. The first person that they talk about is a Moor in America. Said he came from Barbados. Moor is his last name. It's the identity. Okay, cool. Where your Africans at? Come on, man. If you got Africans in your family, let us know. We want to see them. They don't exist. No disrespect, but they come in the 1900s. Come on, man. Y'all, come on, man. Like this is a brain fart, bro. Like they gonna have you twisted. They gonna have you twisted. You continue to believe them. They'll have you colonizing. They took Liberia at gunpoint. Talk about that. Pro-black man ain't talking about that. That's what they're using us to do. That's what they use these Cherokees to do out in Oklahoma, out in the West, because it was Indiana. Man, it's like man, for real, bro. Show me an African. I'm looking for him. Show me an African, man. I'm looking for him. That's a wrap. Hold up. I'm going to let you ask questions. Give me 1 second. Ooh. What are you saying? Definitely send a book. Mill, definitely send a book. Man, I thought you had my number. Definitely send that. I think tomorrow. Yeah, send a book. Please. Yeah, man. But definitely don't fall for that, you know? It's too important. It's too important. Cause as soon as you become an African, you become a colonizer. You become their best friend. You know, they already know how much it's gonna cost you. They say it's gonna cost $25 to send to send a person. Do you think it costs that much to send a slave this way? Don't cost that much. You know, if they can send you back for $25, how much you think it costs to get here? Do the math. Come on, man. Why would they go to Africa to get people? Don't Africa got gold and diamonds that they need mine too? If they had somebody to do it, they would do it. They wouldn't wait. Think they're gonna send somebody across the country possibly to make it when they got Africa is the breadbasket of the freaking world, and they just gonna wait 100 years to get in it? Come on, and you can hold a chief at gunpoint, but you can't get in land. Come on, man. So they took 100 million Africans from Africa and didn't take one gold chain, one diamond, left the whole joint rock for 100 years. For 200, oh, wait. Sierra Leone, this is 1800s. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. So we talking 300 years before the white man even went into Africa. And he got 100 million people by then. Slave trade is over in 50 years. And he got 100 million people from Africa, and he ain't been in there for 20 years. Come on, people. He could have, he could have went in there anytime he wanted. He just showed you he put a gun to their head and created Liberia at will. You think he couldn't have went in there and got what he wanted? I'm not saying that he could have, but I'm just saying you don't think. If he can just put a gun to his head and be like, hey, they here, they coming. Come on, man. It's a trick, man. They want you out of here. You know? They want a white republic. Read it. Come on, man. I'm trying not to. Because see, people don't want they don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. The truth is what's going to set us free, bro. Oh, brother told me today, he said, you got to keep the truth. Like, listen, in 1816, the black man, Finley, traveled to Washington, D.C. Now, these are supposed to be oppressed black people, where he rapidly elicited support for his colonization plan for many members of the Supreme Court. He got the highest court in the land. And on his plan, the American Colonization Society was formed in the halls of the House of Representatives, dog. Dog, come on, man. You were African because the House of Representatives appointed you an African. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's why you African? Because of act of Congress? Come on, man. Come on, man. You see that? I mean, son, screenshot this. Do what you do, because this ain't no joke. This is real. This is what happened. You are act of Congress African. You worse than a pretendian. You know what I mean? Like we act like you are at least a Negro is knowing that he not who he is. He like, yo, cool, can't be Indian in the city. They done messed it all up for us. Can't be Indian in the city. You gotta be Indian on a reservation. That's the law. All right, cool. That's what they do. All right, cool. But look at these cats. They Africans all the time. Man. I'm cool on that, man. I'm cool on that, man. You gotta stop that, bro. You gotta stop letting them manipulate you with just the buzzword and the term. It took them 200 years to get that thing popping. What's this, 2021? And everybody fighting to be African American from 1817? When 3,000 people stood firm and said no, they wasn't doing it. 1,000 people in Virginia stood firm, said no, they wasn't doing it. It's tantamount to exile. Like, y'all don't, do y'all know what exile is? Do y'all know what a foreign country is? Do y'all know what type of person would go to a foreign country and live there, where you gotta put a gun to a person's head to live there? Hey, that's real G stuff, right? The colonizers. That's what they want y'all to do. Go back to Africa so they can have a white republic, dog. A white republic. They was going, that's what abolition was. They was going to end slavery right there. With a white republic. That's how you end slavery. That's how you end slavery. Same people, the court, watch this, Virginia. Proposed removal laws. Hold on. Richmond, hold on. The slave Gabriel's 1800 uprising, in which his followers had planned to seize Richmond and take over the whole state of Virginia, was met by a wave of state legislation against free blacks. They don't tell you about Gabriel, but Gabriel was a free black. You dig what I'm talking about? A free Indian. And they was for real with it. It wasn't a fake rebellion like all the other rebellions they talking about. We gonna do, oh man. He done, anyway, proposed. So everybody know about these quote unquote black laws in Virginia, which they actually started in the North. But proposed removal laws could not be enforced. Why not? Y'all gotta pay attention, man. There's no place for these people to go. Where's no place for these people to go? Why can't y'all just send them back? Look what it's at. Because there is no place to receive such refugees. This is 1800. On the other hand, the American Colonization Society could lend agency to such plans for black deportation. That's what y'all are. Deported Africans pushed by these Christian reformers for the wretched. Is relief for the wretched in Africa. See that? Come on, man. You got to wake up, bro. It's relief for the wretched in Africa. Ain't nobody at the time telling you African, but you got these Negroes, same Negroes that everybody holding up now because they in some type of institution. They some type of funny hand sign, some type of cool stance, you know, candy cane dancing, all that good fun stuff. They made you African, dog. Because before that, ain't no Africans. And when the British was around, nobody talking about no Africans. Because that ain't no British thing. They don't own Africa. They own Ethiopia. They might have been calling you Ethiopian because that's their terminology. That's what they own. They deal with them. But they ain't calling you African. That's why they pushing in Jamaica, on the British land, they pushing Haile Selassie. There, y'all from the part we own. Let's go back there. Make sure y'all go from here. That's their whole plan. That's hard. It's hard to explain it, man. It's hard to explain it, like people. Bro, that's it, man. Like, I'm not even gonna get upset tonight, man. I'm trying to be cool. I know it'd be kids watching, people got their family watching. I appreciate it. Everybody wants to get the information, but like the more I talk about it, the more I just get upset, man. I just can't. I can't understand how you want to be African. I mean, like the whole thought, like, and they cowards. They cowards. They coward phony talking. Cause let me show you what he said. Let's go back. Now let's go back to color. Let's go back to color. The dude pushing it. The dude pushing it. He said, this nigga just said, hold on. Finley told the bishop were he young, he would go himself. Then what? Were he young? So you old now? You too old to go? You not going? You gonna send all of these people to their death and you not going? Stop it. How many people from Africa going? See what I'm saying? People telling you to go to Africa. How many of them going? They ain't gotta go. They got funny hand signs and they got cool stances. If I were younger, I would go. Like, come on, man. Why ain't they been going to Africa? They can't set up an organization. It costs $25 a person to go to Africa. They just did the math. Why ain't they going? Because if I was younger, I'd go myself. Ain't no, man, listen, man. The people at the time said they ain't African. They ain't going to Africa. They ain't thinking about going to Africa. Show me an African. Show me somebody wanting to go to Africa, pushing that African card from a real live stance. Don't show me no politicians. Don't show me James Monroe, the president of the United States. Don't show me Bushrod Washington, the Chief Justice of the United States. I don't want to see that. I want to see somebody on the ground, what they call it, grassroots. They said, we go to Missouri. We can't win here. All right, cool. We, that's what the people in Virginia said. The Indians in Virginia, because I'm telling you, everybody who they is. But we go to Missouri. We ain't going to Africa though. Yeah, man. Talking about we going. 100 years, and they ain't say, well, we ain't going to Africa, but we're gonna call ourselves Africans though. No, they ain't say that. Oh, we ain't going to Africa, but we're gonna call ourselves African Americans though. No, they ain't say that. Free, copper, colored people of America. They know who you are. It's ridiculous, man. Everybody's so cool. They want to be from Africa. Want to be a slave. Had the opportunity, nobody want to go because ain't nobody from there. Stop believing these folks, man. Peace. Hope this helps, man.